All right. Hey, so it's Josh Sisk at the Potawatomi Zoo, Executive Director, and I am back on my big boulders. Everyone was making fun of me last time we did an update live because I'm so excited about this. But we got another 176 tons of boulders in for the giraffe exhibit. A donation that we received. There's the community outreach and outpouring of support for this exhibit in this community has been amazing. But it's coming together. So I'm very excited, though, to introduce you to the architect of this pretty cool project, Tyler Kelsey from Arcos Design. I'm going to let Tyler introduce himself. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Kelsey, Associate Vice President with Arcos Design, the architect of record for the Potawatomi Zoo Giraffe project. It's been a fantastic project to be part of. We can't thank Josh enough and the Potawatomi Zoo for allowing us to be part of it. My family, personally, we've come here. We've got a 6, 5, and 2-year-old, so the ability to show them something that they get to experience and interact with zoo at the zoo here. So a couple of the items on the project that are notable, of course, and unique. A giraffe is tall. I mean, so designing around a giraffe, that's something you don't get to do every day. And so as you can imagine, a 16-foot, 18-foot tall door for the giraffe to walk through, and the natural light. So all sorts of different kinds of opportunities to help the zoo continue to be leaders of animal care.
Yeah, and Tyler and his team at Arcos Design, they have been amazing with this. You know, a lot of times zoos, it's such a unique project because you are thinking about animals. How tall is a giraffe? What can they fit through? How's the floor need to be? You got to think about every little bolt that may be sticking up out of the floor. So a lot of times zoos will go to other companies that are zoo architects that do this for a living. And I'm proud to say that we were able to actually just work with Tyler. And, you know, I was a giraffe keeper for 7 years, so I kind of have a background in giraffe and knew what they needed, and we've been able to keep everything local here. So using a local company like Arcos, using Majority Builders as our construction guys, for this size of a project is pretty amazing, so we're excited about that. So why don't we, last time we gave an update of a little bit in the barn. We're going to go up here to the barn. The guys are working in there, so it might be beeping a little bit, but we can come up here and Tyler can talk a little bit about some of the aspects of the building, and we'll go up here.
Do we have any other updates on any of the things involved in here? Maybe timelines? Are we on schedule? Anything like that?
Yeah, so timeline, I mean, we're still looking, like I've said before, we're looking to get giraffes hopefully by September. Giraffes, a lot of people ask how are we going to get giraffes here. They're going to come on a trailer. Actually has a hydraulic lift, but it is a metal trailer, so we got to be careful in the heat. We can't be on the freeways with that kind of sun bearing down on a trailer. So if we can get some cool weather in September, we'll at least have giraffes here, definitely by October. But without a doubt, knock on wood, gift of lights, you should be seeing giraffes at the Potawatomi Zoo. So, because like I said before, what makes this project so unique too in this exhibit here is we're going to be one of the only facilities in the region where not only do you get to go inside in the wintertime and see the giraffe, you actually get to feed them as well. So there is going to be some acclimation time. The giraffes may come in, they're going to be, they're going to have to get a little used to their surroundings and their area, so we don't know if we'll be feeding them right away. We're just going to be letting them get comfortable with their area, but we're excited to get that feeding experience going.
Yeah. So Tyler, did you have to consider anything special? Did you do any research that was unique to learn about building for giraffes?
Yeah, we did. We actually went to go visit a couple of different other facilities to kind of get the good, better, best from what has been currently built and constructed in the region. And of course, we're looking to try to build a state-of-the-art facility to accommodate the animal care regiment that the Potawatomi Zoo likes to put forth. So as part of that, the utilization of some of the concrete masonry in lieu of a stick frame construction, that helped with that. The main key factor, as you can see across the top here, the opening that's going to be infilled with ribbon windows. So that's going to provide a ton of natural light for the giraffes and the other small hoof animals that'll be held in those stalls there on the east end. So
I like to show, look, I did this last time, but I'll show, these are the giraffe doors. Better put my hard hat on. So there's actually a couple people in the country, about 3 people in the country that do this for a living. So they actually have specialized trailers. So we'll orchestrate it and coordinate it, but actually they'll be doing the delivery of them. So we are walking through a giraffe door right now. You can see in comparison of how tall it is. People are always surprised by how thin they are, though. If you look at a giraffe, they're very, very thin. So you don't want a big old wide opening door. You don't want a bunch of giraffes that their legs are very sensitive. So imagine you have 4 or 5 giraffes all wanting to get outside. You don't want them just like crowding each other. So this is only space for one giraffe to pass through. So they'll just have to take turns. So one at a time will come in, one at a time will come out. That's why these are so thin.
Right.
Yeah.
Some of the other key considerations are during the winter months, these doors will actually have an insulated coiling door on them, so that we're also giving the giraffes quite a bit of ventilation,
Yeah.
6 air changes an hour, which is almost a standard of what you would use for humans. So it's fantastic. The animal care is going to be top notch.
Let's just rebar here. So now when you come inside the barn, so if you're the public, you're going to be over here. You're going to get to walk. There'll be a fence right here. You're going to be standing right here inside the barn. Here's a communal stall, and like Tyler was saying, we've spared no expense when it comes to the husbandry care. There's going to be natural substrate in here so that they're not on concrete, because that can be bad for joints. The stalls that you see over here to the right, you can already see the drains coming in on the floor over there. Those are all going to have rubber floors, so it's going to help with the absorbing their heavy body on the concrete. And then, like I said, you'll be able to come right in here anytime and be able to see them. As zoos are working really hard to become transparent. When we really want to talk about our mission of conservation and education, there can be a lot of people that maybe not agree with giraffes being in zoos or zoos in general. And we're finding that when we can get people inside, see everything, there's nothing hidden. You can see how we care for them. You can see how the keepers take care of them. You can meet the giraffes. It really starts to get people to understand really what's going into the zoo and why they really are important. And just building empathy for wildlife and the future conservationists. So. It's pretty exciting.
So what other animals will be in here?
So we're going to have zebras and ostriches. The goal with this exhibit, so as we move forward as a modern zoo, we want to get away from chain link fences. You don't want to be looking, we want everything natural. So there's a lot of places in here. The only thing that's going to be between you and giraffes is rocks and waterfalls. So we may not be able to have a lot of gazelle. Gazelle can jump about 8 feet. So I don't know if the exhibit will be able to contain gazelle, as much as I'd love to have little gazelles running around in here. So it'll probably just be zebras, ostriches, some cranes. We'll have some little guinea fowl running around making some noise, so it'll be fun.
So anything else that you're really excited about that has recently come up? I know that there's a water feature that's going to be part of it, a feeding platform that's going to be part of it. How's the work going on those things?
Yeah, that's all coming into play right now. Last time we talked to Majority Builders, they're on schedule here with the barn, like I said. Tyler and his team have been great. The thing when you're working with animals, well, I guess any construction, you think of things after the fact. We just realized that we need to be able to feed browse, which is the leaves and stuff of trees, even in the winter time, and we got to be able to store that. So we've just decided that we're going to add walk-in freezers and fridges in the storeroom. So I have Tyler and his team, they're looking at, okay, well, where can we pull the power from? We got to pour a new concrete floor for that. Sometimes I feel like I frustrate them because every day I'm like, something new comes up with the drafts. Like, oh wait, I don't want that. I need rubber floors now. But these guys are great, and they spin on a dime. They redesign. They've been great on this project, and they understand sometimes you just got to see it before you can actually make that decision. It's hard to think of everything in the beginning, and we're doing that now. So
I think that's the best part about being a local community architecture firm that got to work with Josh and the staff on this project, is the fact that we can be responsive and it's a personal touch, right? And it's a shot of the arm to the local economy as well. All of our staff are here within a 60-mile radius, and I'm pretty sure that most of us, if not all of us, are zoo members and love to bring our families, and so we're really looking forward to getting that first chance to feed the giraffes. So.
Yeah, we're all excited.
One thing that's really, so in this visitor center behind us, there's going to be this beautiful art installation on this wall, and that's where we're going to recognize our donors. There's going to be these metal giraffes, Savannah scene. Each spot, depending on the level of donations, will be on that. I'm so proud. We've raised, $4.6 million this year for this exhibit. It's a $4.8 million exhibit. But what's a true testament is we rolled out the public phase of this several months ago, and the amount of just $20 checks, $100 checks, $1,000 checks, $3,000 checks. It's just $3. The sweetest thing we had, a very young child wrote a tiny little note and had $2 and like some change in an envelope that came for our giraffes. And through that public phase, we've raised $128,000 just in the last few months, just from these little bit of outpouring. Every little bit matters, and that to me, I mean, that's humbling. That's awesome, and we're going to recognize all these people on this donor board. So
a couple of people asked, when is everything expected to be done? So maybe when the barn and then the outside. You know, the ideas on.
Yeah, it'll be this year. It'll definitely be this year. So the drafts, we're hoping by September, October, everything will be complete. Regardless, drafts are coming in because the barn portion will be done, and then by spring of next year, I mean, everything will be done. There's an 18-foot bronze sculpture of a female giraffe and her baby that's going out there. That's going to be really cool. That's actually in the works right now. So as soon as I get some pictures of that, I will start. What is?
So it was Ashley and Andrew Weldy are the apparently $3.16.
Oh, Andrew! Oh, that was big talk.
They are good members of the zoo that are really engaged.
What's his name? Andrew Wiley.
Andrew Weldy.
Weldy.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrew. Thank you. That you were big talk around the zoo here. That was very special. So
we showed everyone.
We showed everyone. Not to be cheesy, it kind of made me cry. It gave me a tear in my eye.
It was so cute. Ashley said she asked for money for the zoo, so that's why they gave.
That's awesome. No, we appreciate it. It just shows the excitement for this exhibit, so we're really excited. But like again, so a little update too. The Lions is still in the works, but it's all in phases. We don't want to. The nice thing about this exhibit right now, you can come to the zoo and your experience is not affected at all. It's actually the way it's set up in the zoo. At the back of the zoo, there's no big construction fence hiding things. It's actually kind of exciting. You can see. We had a big dump truck dumping boulders last week. You should have seen 20, 30 kids lining the fence. I almost wonder if we need to get drafts and we just keep construction going, because it seems to be just as exciting as the giraffe exhibit. So,
so yes, we're starting on lion then.
So lion, yeah. As soon as probably by this fall, we'll start on the lion exhibit. But you guys are going to see so many changes coming up here. We've got in the next couple years. We've got new tiger exhibit that that's beginning its design phase soon. New concessions area. I have this dream of a concession area that when you're setting in concessions, you're actually looking into a bear exhibit. So that's coming up. That'll be over in the North America area. So, what's that? And parking, yeah. So we understand that parking is a major issue for us at the zoo, and we're working on that as well right now. So we should by summertime get another 50 spots added, and then hopefully down the line we can think of a future plan for it that doesn't affect the park and the local area. But we're becoming very popular. We understand parking can be an issue, so that's important too.
It's a good problem to have.
So,
can we walk back out?
Yeah, we can walk back out here.
Watch it. Oh.
Tyler, anything else you want to add?
If it's all right, I'd like to just thank the Troyer Group and Birch Frank and Doug Sales and Phil Nemeth as being design partners as part of our team. And without them, they were integral parts to it, as well as some of the folks back at our office, Darla Aldridge, Keith Ackerman. Again, played integral parts in getting this project and working with Josh and helping him execute his vision. So. Yeah,
it really just goes to show that it really does take a lot of people, more than people even really realize, behind the scenes, working to raise money, working to...
Yeah, and they have, I mean, Arcos, like I said, because this is so unique with him, I mean, being able to just call Tyler anytime, he comes over here and visit, talking to his team and stuff, it's just been great to have people that are so excited about the project as well, and flexible, and it's funny because I've almost trained them now to be animal people. Tyler will come to me and be like, hey, I noticed this bolt sticking out. Do you think that's going to hurt it? And it's like, I love it, though, because I'm like, they're becoming giraffe people.
All right,
so we might have our future zoo architects here in South Bend, Indiana with Arcos Design. So, all right, well, I think that's it. If there's no more questions, we'll keep you guys up to date on the giraffe exhibit. Like I said, if you come to the zoo, I mean, it's pretty much right at the heart of the zoo. So you can see all this. You can see the barn coming up. If you'd like to take part in the Capital Campaign, you can go to our website. There's lots of information about the giraffe exhibit, naming opportunities, ways you can get involved. This is going to be a game changer for the zoo, and I really feel like this is the next step going forward. So you're gonna see the zoo taking off. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Josh, for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler.